Hi, my name is Stephen McGee and I'm the author of Electrical Forensics. And we're here to do some stray voltage measurements, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a time lapse over an hour of stray voltage, and we're going to do it with the utility power switched on and the utility power switched off, and we're going to contrast the waveforms with the Fuseboard switched on and with the Fuseboard switched off. And to do that we have this setup. So this is the utility power connection. We've broken it out into its 3 cable connections, and the green, which is the ground, is our ground reference for the oscilloscope probes. And we also have a 470 ohm resistor in the circuit which is providing a load, and we're referencing our waveform to a non-electrified 8-foot ground rod in my back garden, which is far away from any electrical systems. And the other waveform that we're going to be looking at is this red connection, which is the 120 volts AC. And one of the things I want you to watch for when you're watching this video is that red waveform is going to be there sometimes, and other times it's not going to be there. And that's because what we're going to do is we're going to switch off the Fuseboard by the main breaker, the 200 amp main breaker. So when that red waveform isn't there, that means that the 200 amp circuit breaker for the Fuseboard has been switched off. And when it is there, it means that the Fuseboard is switched on. And we're going to see what happens with that yellow waveform. So let's go ahead and watch our time lapse over an hour of the Tucson utility power system. So as you can see, every time we turned off the Fuseboard, the stray voltage yellow waveform stayed. So that's the easiest way to test for stray voltage, whether it's originating at your property or whether your utility company is backfeeding it into your property from their system. So simply turn off your Fuseboard and see what happens to the grounding system voltage. And I've actually done other tests to establish that it is the utility company that are creating this stray voltage hazard at my property. And all those tests show that it is actually originating from the utility system in my area. And that means that probably everybody else in the vicinity of my home probably has some level of this problem at their property. And it's concerning because what it does is it electrifies everything. It electrifies the floors, it electrifies the plumbing if you've got copper plumbing, and it electrifies every single metal appliance that you have with a grounding pin. And you need to be careful, because when I come into contact with this, if I walk around the home in bare feet, I actually get quite sick. So I start seeing sore knees and heart arrhythmia. And if I connect into the utility electrical system with an anti-static strap, I actually start getting quite ill after about a week of exposure of this, and I have to disconnect the anti-static strap from the system. So if you work with anti-static straps of any kind, you may actually get quite sick if there's a waveform on the grounding system that you've grounded into.